Can you talk about the series being able to take 2 or 3 from Baltimore and what that means to your team and their resilience in the series?
Well, we plan on winning the first game of every series, and then when we don't, we plan on winning the second game. And after we win the second game, we plan on winning the third. I mean, that's the mentality that we have in there. We just keep it one day at a time. We didn't play special. We played rough. We played poor the first night, and we were able to answer back. And I can't give enough credit to our bullpen for the work that they've done this entire series, dating back to the beginning of the road trip that we embarked on in Houston. The volume of innings, and I mean, it got down to the point today where we're counting pitches because guys, I mean, just so we don't, I'm tied to their arms, and I've been in that position, knock on wood, been fortunate, haven't had many injuries out of the bullpen. Backing guys off even when it's hard, even when everybody else thinks they're supposed to pitch, getting guys in when people might not want a guy to pitch because he's got to carry his load, and everybody was able to answer the bell and finish this thing off, and we were gifted 2 runs there, and we took advantage of it. We threw up zeros out of the bullpen again, and Craig gave us everything he had to get through the 6. So again, it's a team victory.
Well, speaking of the bullpen, Hanrahan's been good all year, but I mean, especially lately. I mean, he's been almost unhittable here the last 2 or 3 weeks. How can you explain just how dominant he's been?
Well, it's a you try and think of runs I've seen with guys out of the bullpen, and it's an impressive run. The thing. You have different type of pitchers, but a guy that's maximum velocity, and you got a swing and miss slider, you can take funny swings, and they put the bat on the ball, but the inability, the difficulty that comes with squaring them up is really, there's a slim window to square him up right now, and he's been efficient. I mean, he's getting the ball to both sides, he's keeping it down. Sometimes he's just enough effectively wild that you're not comfortable in there. So it's been as good a run as I've seen in a very long time out of the bullpen. And as everybody in the bullpen knows what their job is, it's just to get the ball to Joel.
Where's he ranked right now in terms of some of the other closers in the game?
Well, remember we talked about this, men are into measuring. I didn't know, Karen, that you would take part in our measuring games. That's good. I'm proud of you. Yes, you can. Absolutely. And I don't know. I don't know where he ranks. I have said before that the one guy he does remind me of that I faced a few times is Goose Gossage. He's a big-bodied guy out there. I mean, he's rearing back and letting it eat. If your foot's not down by the time he grunts, you're going to be late. I mean, you got to get your foot down. You got to bring the barrel, and then he's got that funny pitch, that slider that can make you take a funny swing. You've got to get ready to hit 97. And anything that's not 97, that's got sharp and some tilt, it's tough to square up.
Earlier this week you spoke of some starters having to be watched closely because of their workload. Stamina-wise, what do you see Correa being right now?
Well, he could have gone back out there. I just didn't like the matchups, and I felt that today at mid-90s, wherever he was, that was enough. I think he's holding his own. I think it was good that he only threw 96 and went 6 today, that he didn't have to go more than that and get up to 105, 110. I think that would have taxed him. I'm not sure how sharp he would have been in that area, but I think he's okay. We're monitoring him. We'd like to see J-Mac have a bounce back. James McDonald have a bounce back the next time out and be a little more efficient with his pitches. And that's the one thing that happened to Kevin today. He actually got ahead of some counts and some 3-ball counts and spiked his pitch count. More than anything else was the command again that got him up in the high 90s at 6 innings.
Clint, what are your thoughts on McHenry dove into first again today? Is that something that's just coming out of his gut instinct, or do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with it. I don't think you tell them you don't like to see it. Once they're on the field, they're kids. He's trying to find a way to get on base, man. I just hope every time they dive, I just close my eyes and I just watch them get up. And if we're okay, we're good. I've had it shown to me, because I didn't believe it as a player, I actually tried it a few times, that you're actually not faster by diving. You actually got to somewhat slow down to dive, I guess, but they're playing ball. They're out in the backyard and they're playing ball, and they're going to go head first. They're going to go head first. Again, I just keep my fingers crossed and get hurt.
Clint, you had Neal over 4 today, but again, he chases home 2 runs. Do you consider him to have a kind of RBI aptitude that's beyond his experience?
I do. He can hunt some RBIs. And, you know, I started feeling that a while back, Gene, when I finally just slid him into the cleanup spot. Because the one thing I did wrestle with is this just another bag in a club in his golf bag that he doesn't need. Living in Pittsburgh, being from Pittsburgh, yeah, what the heck? Let's have him hit cleanup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know, let's just finish the story off. And he's handled it. He's handled it. He's got a slow heartbeat. He actually embraces it, and in a very mature way for a guy, as you said, that's short on the experience.
Clint, how big is this day off tomorrow, not only for the physical makeup of the team, but just a mental day off?
Well, it's going to be good. It's well received. It's well received by everybody in there. There's no doubt. You know, we've laid it all out there. We had a roller coaster on the road. We were up and then we were down, and we came back home and won a series. Our bullpen needs a day off. More than anything, our bullpen needs a day off. Everybody can use a little blow, me included. So I'm looking forward to it.
You had two very well placed and very timely bunts today that helped move some runners around. Can you talk about especially what Harrison was able to do with where he put that bunt?
Yeah, I mean, we work extremely hard at it. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but the work's been put in with our pitchers and a few of the position players. Actually, everybody goes through good where everybody bunts. It's just the way it is. And Harrison put down as good a place bunt as you could want, and Correa, even with all the noise coming from the one corner, chasing him in, you know, the little loaded wheel on the left side, he was able to get a perfectly executed bunt down that ended up, you know, helping us win a ball game, both bunts.
Before you rest your brain, can you talk to us about the Sox coming in and what they're going to bring in here?
That matchup, obviously, it's been on the book for a long time, and it's one people I think are eagerly anticipating around here. They travel well, kind of like the Beatles. They travel well. They'll have their own faithful. There is a Red Sox nation. I got to learn that the hard way back in '07, and then through the years. So they'll show up. They'll be loud. I anticipate our fans showing up as well. I think it's going to be a very exciting weekend, and we're looking forward to the challenge. There's no better way to, you know, at least take a look at where you are and who you are when you go play the best teams in baseball, one of the best teams in baseball.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clint.